If I decide that I've been in that boat.
Okay, get out the boat. Get back on this boat.
No, I had a job.
And you quit.
And no, I didn't. I resigned.
That's quitting.
It's not quitting. Quitting is I can't do the job. Resigning is I give my job back to you. I don't want it no more. No, that's the difference. I have no problem with somebody quitting the job.
So, because it was killing you.
It's
So
killing
why
me.
did you apply to the same job again?
Let's begin now.
Got my first job at Comcast. You was charging me $300 a month. Okay, what were you doing with that $300?
You got some daggone trust issues.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. I'm
was
gonna tell you something. You can't.
Y'all was in there shopping together.
Do not get married.
Y'all was in there shopping together.
Do not get married. What you
Well,
mean?
Mike, this is my beautiful mom, Linda.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome back to another episode of the Mike and His Mom Show. I am your host, Mike Banks. This is my mom in the middle.
Well, he happy about that this morning today. Look, he got that smile. Last week when we took the whole show on board, did you see his face?
I'm back.
Let's see what I'm saying.
My beautiful mom in the middle in her
Lustrous hair.
lustrous hair,
Thank you.
made up. And
Wait a minute, hair made up? Wait a minute.
no, well, I meant
made
your
up.
face was made up.
My face is just not made up. It's just
Oh, she said you don't make up.
Eyeshadow.
eyeshadow.
My bad. And my dear sister Shannon Sinead to the far left. How is everyone feeling on this late Saturday afternoon?
I was on time today.
And
I
so
was
I.
early.
Well, you said you were leaving at 1:30.
Well, I couldn't. And when you have things to do, you will go ahead and you adjust it. Like when you had something, when he had something to do, he'd go ahead and let everybody know I'm going to do that.
That's-
And so if we had something to do, you're going to have to adjust the time. Well, let's do it on another day.
The first thing that she said is, "I let everybody know."
Right. I did.
I
I
don't let
text.
nobody know.
I
To
text.
me, I don't ever have rearrangement.
But it's okay.
Thank you.
Today, I had some stuff to talk about, but
Here we go. This is what.
I did. But in light of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we would be remiss if we did not talk about breast cancer awareness and the survivors. And we have a breast cancer survivor among us. My mom, ladies and gentlemen. So today she's going to, ironically, take the lead again and give her testimony about her experience overcoming breast cancer.
Hello, everyone. Thank God for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I want to say to all the breast cancer.
Do we do this? Wait, I'm just curious.
What?
Are we going to do this every October?
Are you answering that while we on here?
I'm serious.
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Just
What?
cut that out.
Oh, that's a serious question.
No. Let's start over.
Why?
Cut. Because you have to, let's cut for a minute. You have to honestly, like, are we going to do this? It's not just for me. We ain't even got to talk about me, but even if we don't have a session about it, we need to acknowledge the people that's going through something in every month. Next month is, every month has something. So we need to find out what things are so that we are acknowledging the people that's going through it and stuff like that. That's bringing relevance to we keep talking about other people and everything else, but let's talk about real life issues and real life people. We talk about the movie stars and stuff like that. So if one of the movie stars had breast cancer, oh my God, Beyonce got breast cancer, that would be big news. But what about all the other people out there that's going through this kind of stuff? So yes, we will say something about it every October.
Okay, that's all I was asking. Well, I meant this approach. Your testimony. That's what I was talking
No,
about.
we don't have to do it like that. So let's go. This is the Mike and Mom show. Let's go.
Shannon.
Hmm.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
You said the whole show over?
Yeah.
Oh.
Welcome back to another episode of the Mike and His Mom Show. I am your host, Mike Banks, with my beautiful mom in the middle.
Oh
And
my God, you the host today.
It doesn't seem as organic. It's fine.
Yeah. Last week, remember? Okay, go ahead.
It's fine.
Hey y'all.
And my sister Shannon Sinead to the far left. How's everyone doing?
I am doing really great.
Oh, I love that. How was your week?
I tried to remember some things. I think because we're so delayed, I forgot them. What did I do? I did a lot of stuff this week. I talked to a manufacturer about my Girl Friday stuff. I saw people interested in my clothing line. I got my hair braided, and I got a nail in my tire.
Is it out?
No,
Mm.
that's it.
Okay.
Very eventful.
Very eventful. My week is nice, really, honestly. I got my hair out, and I like wearing my hair out. It gives you a different approach, a different look, and I'm going for something different now anyway, and I love it, honestly.
It was good.
Do you feel different?
I do.
You do feel
You do-
different
you-
when your hair is done.
Yeah, you feel different.
differently.
Well, no, I mean, okay, that's what I'm saying. That style.
Differently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
It's a new. It's just like,
it's like a new sense of sass.
How long
yeah.
does it last though?
A couple of days, cause it's not. Well, it could last up to a week, as long as I make sure. Cause I don't have no perm. My hair is all natural. As long as I make sure don't no
Oh,
heat get to it.
natural.
No rain get to it. No. Ooh. No humidity. No humidity get to it.
Your watch. Is it still calling?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No humidity get to it. You got to be careful. Don't have a sweat outbreak. It's a lot of things. So right now it's lasting.
Mm-hmm.
And ladies, I know that some of y'all can relate. Some of y'all, you got to sleep cute.
Yeah,
That-
I had to put my hair up last night on my head because it was itching me. I was
Yeah,
so
it is.
What
annoyed.
does that mean?
What?
Pull
Sleep
it
cute?
up.
Sleep cute. What does that
Yeah.
mean?
Well,
No,
that-
well, how does that look? I mean, how does that look?
Yeah. Oh wait a minute. Oh, don't fall on it because you wake up.
Right, I never did that. My
Also,
hair.
but you're not talking about like bonnets and stuff like that.
Oh no, I ain't putting a bonnet on it because my hair starts sweating.
Mm-hmm. No, she mean we would put a scarf on it, but you still have to sleep a certain kind of way.
Yeah, I don't put nothing on my nail
Yeah.
because of the hot places my hair starts sweating. So I have a little fan right there that's blowing on my
Oh my
hair
goodness.
the whole
You
night
run with
long.
it.
Do you wear a bonnet?
Yeah. Well, I wear a scarf. or
Auntie bonnet. I just
I
you going to.
could not find my bonnet last night. I was so mad.
He going to auntie bonnet.
I don't.
And
well, not
mine is
just a-
long,
not
but
just a-
mine is for braids.
Not just a bonnet, but I don't. Go to bed intentional.
I
That's
just
intentional.
trying to protect my hair.
No.
What?
Like go to bed looking like something.
I do.
No.
I make sure I tie my scarf up really cute and I put a bow on it. Or
Right.
sometimes I'll tie it down here and I like.
Wait a
let it
minute.
hang.
Hold
I don't like
up. Wait a minute.
What?
Go to bed looking like something.
Yeah.
Make sure you do too.
I do.
Oh, what? You know
I
what I'm
do.
saying? They be acting like.
These,
come
listen,
on now.
listen. These real nigga ways right here. I don't go see no do rag, no nothing. I lay down and get right in that bed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, good for you.
I don't do nothing.
And because tomorrow when we wake up with frizz all over our hair, you're looking at us like, what is wrong with your hair? You will wish that we had our scarf on.
Or we'll just get it done again.
No, you won't. You can't afford it. Hair is expensive. They can't afford
Right,
it. Y'all
right.
can't afford to get our hair done over and over and over and over and over. We can't.
I don't know who
we
y'all
can't
is.
take. We don't have time to go get our hair
I
done
don't
over
know
and
who
over
the y'all.
again.
Right.
I'm not saying never go to bed with a scarf or a bonnet on.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, what are you saying?
I'm saying just keep it cute sometimes.
That we do.
It's
like
cute.
this.
But sometimes,
I
okay,
get
this
the cute
okay.
scarves.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
This is what I would like in my own household.
Mhm.
Once the hair is about to expire,
Mhm.
like the style is running its course now, meaning
Just go
like
to bed.
it's time to get a new. It's time to go re-up.
Mhm.
Just go to bed now with it. Just go to bed.
Well, make sure you provide your woman with satin pillowcases so that she can protect the integrity of her hair.
But the silky Jones?
Satin or silk pillowcases.
No, I mean listen.
Mhm.
Just as long as she has a satin or silk
And
pillowcase.
don't go get a fake one.
It's silky all up in here.
No, whatever.
Okay, all right. Silky slick. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I had a host of topics today, but once again I was trumped, no pun intended, by mother.
It's not being Trump. He forgot, actually. You know, and he takes things like, you know,
This month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we would be remiss if we didn't talk about breast cancer awareness with a breast cancer survivor as co-host of this wonderful broadcast. So, mother,
Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to all the breast cancer survivors out there and anyone that is dealing with breast cancer. We're praying for you all, constantly praying and knowing that, stand firm in what you're going through and believe for your healing. you know, it was back, and I want to just talk about, it was back in 2010, the first time, because I was diagnosed with breast cancer twice. The very first time I was diagnosed with breast cancer was back in 2010, and I remember going to the doctor, and they found something, and I was actually at the hairdresser's. When I got the phone call, I was sitting out in the lobby waiting for my beautician to come in, and I got the phone call, I answered the phone, they answered the phone, and they called over the phone and told me that I had breast cancer. And I was kind of like,
do you feel like they should do things like that?
No.
Like,
I felt like, I was like, what?
Like they should call you in and ask.
I think they should, that was my.
You would rather that?
I can see why it can be overwhelming. When I looked at my blood work the other week and I thought that I was suffering from all types of ailments, which by the way, I am not. My doctor told me to go home and talk to my family again and tell them that I was wrong. No, my diagnosis. It's like, what's wrong with you? But like, I was just like, oh no. I had to stop doing my hair. And I was like, sweat short. I'm not laying on my bed. You gotta go to the bathroom. You get anxious. So y'all can see if somebody, you just got a test to see if you have any type of like possibly, you know, life-ending illness. You know how we think things are, we make them bigger than what they are. Like, I thought I would just had diabetes. And
it wouldn't be the same anxiety if they said, I need you to come in here.
No, I'd rather go in because
either way they should probably make it a protocol. Like, we're just going to call you back in to give you the results. Not, hey, you don't have this. Hey, come in. You have it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Come in either way.
Come in either way.
Right. Yeah. You know, because I remember sitting there and my beautician, and I remember when my beautician got in there, when she came in, and she was like, come on. And I went in there, and I remember just breaking down. Because I was sitting in the lobby, and I was looking all around, and I was like, did they actually just tell me over the phone that I had breast cancer? And I was like, wow. So when the beautician got in there, I went in there, and I just broke down, and I just cried. And I was like, you know.
What are you going to?
I can't think of her name now. Okay. I can't think of her.
Did you get your hair done?
Yeah, I got my hair done.
She gonna get her hair done.
I don't know if you stayed or you left.
Oh, no, I got my hair done. I need my hair done. And I had to go and, you know, get the surgery. But you know what I really want to talk about? Okay, I had to go get the surgery, and it was stage 0 that first time around. And I remember going to get the surgery, and I remember that September I was going back to work. I was like, wow.
When was it?
It was in June.
Yeah, it was in the summer. I do remember being warm. Okay.
I think, and then I went right back to work, and that's in September, because I didn't have to have any kind of treatment or anything. And when the second time it came was in 2013. I remember rubbing in the center of my chest, and I was talking to you first.
Yeah, we were right here.
I think we was upstairs.
No, we was right here in the dining room.
And I was like, hey, Shannon, feel this not. And you were like, that ain't nothing.
It felt like a bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And then I asked my husband later on, maybe a week or so later, and he was like, that ain't nothing. But deep down inside, I knew something wasn't right. And I called my doctor, went to the doctor, and he was like, oh, and they ain't gonna be nothing. And he called me.
And on the phone, he said it. On the phone.
I was in Walmart. And
and all your happy places.
And he was telling me, he said, you know, and it's stage 4. And I was like, okay, let's just get this out. Because that was my mindset because of the first time around. Let's just get it done. Let's get it over with. It's time to, you know, and it was like, you know, you got to come in and you got to go to chemo and all different things. Okay, so we're not going to get into all that right now. But what I really want to do is ask, like, you all, because y'all were there with me during the time that both episodes happened, opposed to the first time and the second time, how did you feel? Do you remember?
I remember crying the first time, not on the phone with you, but I called my friend back and talked to her. The second time, I don't remember at all. But I feel like the second time, you kept stuff from us.
I probably did.
Because remember she said that she had to get a certain kind of surgery, but she didn't tell us. That it was like they was going to go and cave in your chest and stuff. So, like, I don't remember the second time. But the first time I do. But I think I just was optimistic about it. Like, I don't think I was worried either, if that makes sense. I just didn't feel worried.
So what she's talking about is, so the second time, they said because of where the tumor was lodged at, they would have to I would be sunken and my chest would be caved in after the surgery. And I kept telling them that's not what I wanted. And it was like, well, Linda, this is how it's going to be. And, and I kept praying about it. And he was like, no, nobody's, I remember doctor saying, nobody's going to see it. I'm like, well, I'm going to see it.
Right.
I got to look at me every day. I'm going to see. And I was like, that wasn't an option for me. But, and the more we went back and forth with it, and I never forget the day that it was time to have surgery. And it was like, we talked about it again that day. And I was like, that is not what I want. And I kept asking God, kept praying to God, please don't let this happen. Please don't let. And I'll never forget when the doctor came in there and he was examining me, and he called the plastic surgeon and he called, come. We don't have to dig deep. We don't have to go all the way down because the tumor has risen. I said, thank you, Jesus.
Risen, you see the symbol.
Right.
I didn't have that impact back then. I wasn't a Christian.
Well, so I didn't have to be. My chest is not caved in, and they took it out. I did have a bout of chemo that made me really, really, really sick. But we're going to pause right there again for another, little. Go talk to Mike now, because there was 2 times. I don't know how were you affected the first time. I remember telling you the first time you seemed to be okay.
Oh yeah, we were here. You called a meeting. You weren't here, though. I don't know. I can't remember if Miss Eugene was here or not.
No.
But it was me and Malik. I just remember Malik getting mad.
He was mad.
Yelling and screaming.
Right. He was, boy.
And we were done. And I asked him, well, everything good? We done? And he was like, yeah. And I left. But I just got off work. And I went outside. I ran around the Blue House. Got some E&J, and was just drinking, and started crying. And they was like, what's wrong? My mother just told her she got breast cancer. And they was like, well, why are you drinking?
Right. Is that the first time that you started to console yourself with alcohol?
That's a good question.
We'll go
back
to Alcohol Awareness Month.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know. And it was like,
that ain't gonna help nothing.
Right. I mean, that was what the conversation.
He said, "Why are you drinking?"
Right.
That's what the conversation kind of led to. But I don't remember the second time. What I do remember about the second time, actually, I don't know if it's funny or not, but I used it as a lot of to get a lot of time off.
At work.
Yeah. I had a lot of FMLA.
It wasn't helping.
That's the only thing I remember about the second.
It ain't helping.
about the second time.
Oh, that was after I had the chemo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Well, I didn't know the second time was stage 4 until you did that video in church. And yeah, I didn't know. And at the time, I didn't know stage 4 was bad. I was talking to Reggie about it. He was like, yeah, she about to go see Wally.
Me?
No, he did not.
I
think yeah.
No, he didn't.
But I didn't know.
And I remember when I elected not to continue on with the chemo. Well, first of all, when Malik was howling and screaming the first time, and I remember he was saying, it's not fair. Why you? And I remember saying, why not me? I said, why would I rather be somebody else that will not make it? I promise you I'm going to beat this. And that's all I remembered is that I wanted to live. And it wasn't nothing that nobody could tell me or make me think anything other than I had beat this thing. There's nothing. And when it's time that came to take the chemo, I was like, I'm not going to lose my hair. They said you're going to lose your hair in 2 weeks. I'm not going to get sick. I wrote down all these things that was not going to happen to me. Well, 2 weeks, lo and behold, I was bald-headed. I mean, I lost every stitch of hair. It just came out. But the thing about it is that the hair part wasn't devastating because I had a whole lot of hair. And every time I combed it, I was like, why is my hair coming out? But when I look at my head, I still had a lot of hair left. So it wasn't until I went to the hairdresser and she lifted the side of my head, which I never did, the side of my head, and it was all gone from under there. I never lifted it up and saw that. And then she was trying to cut it into a mohawk. I said, just cut it off. She said, no, because she didn't want to cut my hair. I said, just cut it. So she cut it. But the chemo, having that round of chemo, which made me very, very sick. It made me so sick that I was in the hospital and I felt like something was inside my brain tearing it apart, and I elected to stop. And I said, I'm not going to do this no more. Went to Cancer Treatment Center of America because I thought they was going to do something different. They said they had to do the same thing and also give me honey to coat my throat, because when they went to go do the radiation, it would, more likely burn my esophagus where I won't be able to.
And that's because where it was?
Yeah. It was right here in the center. It would burn my esophagus and I probably wouldn't be able to talk again.
What?
And I was like, oh, hold up, wait a minute.
Right, gotta run that mouth, don't you?
Yeah, right. Got to run that mouth, right. And I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Right. And that's when I said, you know what, I'm going back home, because I was in another state. And even with them, if you took the treatment there, they was going to send you back home. Even if you got sick back home, they weren't going to take care of you up there, so you had to do. So what was the point of going there anyway to do that? Not knocking them. That's how their treatment go. But I elected, and I went back to my my oncologist and told her I'm done. And I remember when people was telling me, you can't. You got to listen to what the doctor said. You got to do this. You got to do that. The doctor. But this is when I learned, by Jesus' stripes, we are healed. That's when that became relevant for me. That's when I believed, without a shadow of a doubt, I believed that word, that he's a healer. Because I knew, I was so afraid of the chemo after I got that sick. I was so afraid to continue on with it. I had no choice that believed that he had healed me. That's all. I no matter what anybody said, I was afraid of that thing. And I don't know what it was. I don't know what they gave me. I remember going to the hospital, and they was like, they was whispering, her blood count can't get any lower. They was talking, and we don't know what's wrong with her. I felt like I was losing my mind. I remember being in the hospital, and people coming when people coming to visit me in the hospital, and I remember it was full of people in the room, and I was like,
chemo?
No, I wasn't on chemo.
Oh.
When this is after I got
the surgery.
This was after the chemo had made me sick.
Okay.
I went to the hospital. I was at a Mary Kay event that weekend. Jean was out of town. My girlfriend Dee Dee took me to the hospital, and they was whispering around me, said they didn't know what was wrong. They sent me back home. And I went back to the Mary Kay event. She picked me up and took me, and he got back home that Tuesday or something. And I remember being and taking I was in the shower, and I remember hearing a voice. It's God. It's like, get out. And when I got out, I automatically fell to the floor. Now, here we go with the hair thing again, right? Because my hair was still there. And
your hair was there?
My hair, I hadn't lost my hair yet.
Okay.
This was like the third day. I think I took the chemo on a Thursday or Wednesday. By that Tuesday, by that Friday, I was already sick. By that Tuesday, I had went back to the hospital that Friday. They sent me home. That Tuesday, I called Gene from my cell phone, and I was like, because he was down in the basement, come upstairs. He came upstairs. I grabbed my bonnet. I'll never forget it. I said, get my bonnet, because I had got my hair done, right? I said, because this time they're not sending me back home.
Right.
Because I needed answers.
Right.
So when we got to the hospital, they admitted me. They was trying to figure out why I was so sick. They couldn't tell me. But I had all these people. The hospital room was full of people that came to visit me, right? And all I was saying to myself is, I wish they would get out of here. Because it was too many people. It was too much noise. It was something in my head. And then I was saying to myself, I hope they don't leave, because I'm afraid to be by myself. And then it was, leave, but don't leave, because I was actually really scared. And I remember Reggie telling me, you got to do what the doctor said. You got, and I'm like, I can't. I just can't. I can't go through with this. And like I said, that's what ran me into the arms of Jesus, of believing that I was healed. And and my oncologist said, at the end of the day, Linda, all you got is your faith. That's what you have. You have your faith. And I'm still here, a living, breathing testimony, cancer-free. Things have come along the way, aches and pains, and it was to try to make you think or make me think, oh my God, I've been checked before. I remember what the doctor told me. He said, when I went to see him, when they was to take the port out, he said, oh, you're Linda. You're the one that they be flipping around the charts and looking for something and trying to find. I said that they ain't gonna never be able to find, because it's not there. And it was just like a miracle to them. It was like, she just elected to stop, but I elected to believe with all my heart. And I thought about Malik, and I thought about the crying, and I thought about the promises that I made, and I had to go to God and say, help me keep the promise. Because me within myself, he had to make the decision, I believe, okay, this girl fought for this thing, like I touched the hem of his garment. I got there going so low to that ground, whatever I need to do, I begged, plead, I don't know when he said, okay, your faith has made you whole.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's such a rewarding feeling to be able to share and to be able to let you know that there is hope and to keep on believing and it's not easy and one time I used to feel ashamed, like I can't share this message because I look at some people that have
they lost.
No, I don't even want to say they lost,
right?
Because if it's their time, I don't. You know, I believe if you're a child of God, you know, it's like he just says, this sickness ain't going. He's not going to let anything trump him from saying, I gave you life, then I bring you home with me. You know, I bring you home with me.
Right.
I decide, okay, just like when my brother died, and I remember preaching his funeral, and it's a whole different something. They were saying that he OD'd. I was like, Now God came just before and said, come on home, son. Just before. If the drugs hit his vein, to take him out.
Right.
I got you.
Right.
The drug ain't got you. The
Right.
cancer ain't got you. I got you.
Right.
And you know, I'm keeping you here for a reason. I'm allowing you to go on some more time or some more years. I'm allowing you to be here because this person needs this or this person needs that or whatever reason that he has for you. You know, and I know I learned how to fall in love more with life. At that point, my life is valuable and believing, like, you know, and looking at y'all and the promises and just and remembering the thing with Malik when he was so upset. And then I remember when I lost my hair, and Malik was away at college. I remember when I lost my hair, and I got these pair of jeans, and I still got them to this day. And I was saying, I'm going to see Malik, and I was like, what is he going to think about me? Because I ain't had no hair, completely bald. And I pulled these jeans up as I was thinking to myself, what is he going to think about me? And inside the jeans says, you are beautiful.
Aww.
Yeah.
The Lord speaks.
I never
all
ever
the
knew that was in
time.
them jeans.
But they Levi's.
Huh? No, they're not Levi's.
Oh.
I don't know what brand they are. They're not Levi's, and I still got them.
Oh, do you?
And it says, it's stitched inside, you are beautiful. And I was like, wow, that's what he's going to think about me. And you know, so when I got all my hair cut off, we had revival at church that night. And I had this hat on my head, and I never forget, that was my first day back to church. And boy, the Spirit of the Lord hit me, and I had this hat on my head, and I just took off, and I was running. I was happy to be at church, and I was running. I was happy to be alive. I was running. And all of a sudden, I didn't feel free, but I took that daggone hat off my head and just threw it. I was like, yep, I'm free. I'm free. You know, I like, oh, you look cute. Put my earrings on. I ain't had no hair. I ain't wearing no wig. I was rocking that thing.
Would you cut it off again?
No. All my hair?
Like go bald?
No.
For what?
Because it was cold. I like that look, though.
That was cute.
Yeah.
Like you look cute.
I don't, no, because you would tell you, because I remember I loved it. But when I would step outside,
it was cold.
Ooh, I said, oh, I forgot it's summer, it's winter time. I had to go get my hat. And in the summertime, it was hot. the heat being down on your head. Yeah, but I mean, it was a amazing journey that I went through. And now I like to give back to other women and or men. Because there are some breast cancer survivor men. You know, I give out gifts. Huh? Yeah. I give out gifts and stuff from my business.
Let's put a pin right.
He didn't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Men have breast cancer?
Men can have breast cancer, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And they breast?
Breast cancer.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. That's all I should say.
Alright, relax.
I mean, is the detection the same way? I would assume, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You never hear about that.
There was an actor I think who had it. He used to have a commercial. Remember that? I can't remember.
I didn't mean to cut your testimony out. No,
I was talking about you at that point.
You were not talking about me. Well, I do have a question.
What?
Because Shannon's response and my response are one and the same, aside from the E and J, of course.
Right.
But like when you hear that somebody is diagnosed with cancer, it's like you hear a death sentence almost. Like, and that's the emotion that comes. Whether it's
I didn't feel like that though.
well, I'm saying we had the same reaction of tears, not feeling, of thought. But I remember talking to my girlfriend at the time, and her mom worked at Hopkins, and she was offering to, some people for you to go see, and we were just talking, and she was kind of drilling in my head that, miracles are performed every day.
Right.
And I wanted to ask, like, do you think, like, when your doctors were trying to figure out what they saw, what they didn't see, do you think they see that a lot? Like, I mean, like miracles, like that type of miraculous power in their field.
I remember the first doctor I went to, he looked back at some old pictures and he said, "You had it before."
For real?
I remember this doctor. He said, "It's right there." He said, "But then it went away." I'll never forget that.
Really?
That's what he told me. That was the doctor.
And he showed you.
On
So you saw it.
Well, I saw what he saw. I don't know. I mean, that's what he said. I don't know. That's what he told me.
Because they would have to do a biopsy and all that to confirm it. But he's saying that he see the same thing. Okay.
Wow.
And do I believe? I don't know if all doctors see miracles.
Get a chance.
Well,
not all of them, but do you think that happens frequently?
I think, yeah. Oh, yeah. I believe.
They probably see miracles, like in the field. They probably see miracles every single day.
That's what I'm saying.
And as a whole, but like, they probably are fortunate to get an opportunity to see a miracle, right?
Yeah, but I don't. Some will talk it and some won't.
Believe it's a miracle.
Even that they see it,
some
will
they
accept
won't say
it.
that it's
They will.
Well, can they say that though?
They can say it.
Yeah, because they should be. A lot of them are amazed when they talk. When you hear them talk about it, like, this never happens. It's a miracle. That's a lot of them change their faith because of that.
Because the one that took the port out, he was the one that told me. My doctor didn't tell me about them spinning that thing around and trying to find the X-rays and turn it all upside down and try. My doctor never told me that. It was the one when they was in that board meeting that they was discussing me in that board meeting and trying. I said they'll never find it because it ain't there no more. It's gone. It is gone. Because they just knew that they were going to find it. It's gone. And because I elected to stop, I made the decision. And that decision came from that fear. And I never believe God was like, okay, you make a decision. Who you choose? You choose that or you choose me.
Right.
And I chose him. And was it an easier decision? Yep. I'm telling you, that I was like, oh my God, like what in the world?
Because were you thinking like, is this even life at this point? You're telling me I can't talk. I got it, like, if you would have went to the cancer treatment, to the Center of America, like
possibly.
Yeah, like.
But it wasn't even. That part didn't. Well, that part was enough. Like, we ain't doing all this because I remember another thing I thought about when I was younger, when I ate the Drano tablets. That popped into my.
Yeah, she was a wild child. To this day.
Wait, what?
That's right. When I got in Mr. Clark's car and ate the Drano tablets, that popped into my head.
Why'd you do that though?
Because I thought it was candy. I was a kid. It was out. I put the little pellets in my mouth and I ate them. I stayed in, and I could still see myself in that hospital I was about 2 years old, between 1 and 2 years old. I was an infant, drinking out the straw. For 10 days, I couldn't talk. I said, never take my voice again. That's what popped into my mind when they told me that.
The devil been trying to silence you.
Not taking my voice again. I couldn't
Your
talk.
mind went back to when you was 1 year old?
1 or 2, yep. Because I still
remember that?
Yep, I remember it. I could see myself. I had red hair. My hair was all over the place. I had red hair. I'm in the hospital. I drink out of the straw. I drink out that stuff they gave me. I couldn't talk.
In your mind,
When he's told me that.
Back when I was 1.
102.
I told myself I'd never not speak again.
No, that's not what I said. No, I'm not saying that.
I won't go to this.
No, I'm saying now when they told me that.
The experience
I remember the experience of couldn't talk then. I could not talk to him.
You couldn't talk at 1 years old, period, though.
I could talk.
You could talk at 1. They making sounds
You can't talk.
Michael, you couldn't talk.
Right.
I could talk.
So you still a little
Slow.
Alright.
I could talk, and but I remember not having my voice. And then I remember when I got on the stage to do Old Mother Hubbard. Sometimes I was gonna do a poem, and I came out there on that stage, and I was just like,
you were scared.
I ain't say nothing.
Excuse me.
But I said, "You're not taking my voice again. You're not taking my voice again." I wanted to keep talking, and then someone told me about a story of someone that had was taking chemo. The first time, and this is how it was, the first time they felt like they wanted to scream, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to scream so bad, but I was afraid to scream. I thought if I started screaming, I was gonna lose my mind. I wanted to scream. The first time that person was screaming. The second time they wasn't talking. The third time they was dead. I said, I don't believe I would still be here if I'd have kept going. That's my story. That's my journey. Everybody's journey is different. Some people go through, they have no side effects, they have nothing. They just go through. And what one person goes through is not what another person has to go through. You know, everybody's journey is different. I'm just glad that I listened. I was able to feel. I was able to listen. I was able to trust him. Yeah. So yeah. So what was you saying?
About what?
What was you going to say now?
Well, not only that, a part of everybody's journey being different is everybody's miracle is different. Like, God is not gonna, that's part of what you were saying, but God is not gonna heal or deal with everybody in the same way. So it makes you, for me, I'll say, it kind of puts me in the mind frame of, I always say it in church, like it is well. Like whatever God and however God decides to do it, I'm cool with it. Cause I know He's gonna do something. It ain't just gonna end like this. And end don't mean in death, of course. I'm saying in general. This ain't the end of the story. So it makes you think about that, just how, because sometimes we see miracle and God working out things just one way. I'm saying like chemo has to be the way for you, or Him removing it completely just out of the blue, or I mean, I don't know. We just sometimes we just think God can only do things.
I don't know. You can do things
one way.
Because sometimes for some people, chemo is, I hate to say miracle if it's a bad experience, but like just medicine, modern medicine is a miracle.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
chemo does preserve people's life, and they live full, happy lives, like nothing ever happened. You know, once they're done. So yeah, like you're right. It just looks different from everyone, for everyone.
Are there any other along that journey, like little, I don't want to say it, but like small miracles you can see along the way? Because like you point out that your one doctor said, "Oh, you had this before," and
I remember
that's a miracle in and of itself, right?
Right. One of the I looked at the report that my doctor wrote, and he said I was an unfortunate, 49-year-old when the first had African American woman. I said we got to change that.
Why unfortunate? I think I asked you that before.
Because they saying because you've been diagnosed with this, you're unfortunate. And I'm like, oh no, we're gonna change because I'm not unfortunate. It's not unfortunate. I was looking the other day and the scar that I have from the surgery from the second time, and I look at it, and I look at it and I say, what a beautiful scar. It is so beautiful to me because I got what I wanted. It's right here. It's not. It's like say it's right here, so to speak. It's just a scar where they cut open, but it's not. Like right there, it's sunk in. It's not in. It's not what they said. It's not like this.
Like how well? Like,
Yeah. But it's just right here. And I look at that and I be like, thank you. You know, I remember that. I remember the conversations going back and forth. And I remember going talking to God. And I ain't never hear him say, Linda, I got you. I ain't never hear him say anything. Nothing. I just kept on telling him what I wanted. And that day, he gave me what I wanted. And you know, when you ask for something and you get it, because that's when you like, you really know, like, yep, I know him. He's a healer. Nobody make me believe, even when I was going through it, when I was asking and I was saying, could nobody make me, I believed before I saw it. I'm healed. I walked in it. I lived it. I listened to scriptures every day. You remember? I would have the scriptures on playing in the house 24/7. Don't cut this off. I had it in my car. I had it in my headphones. When I went to work, I played it all day long. Don't cut it off. It's round the clock. He's a miracle worker.
How did it impact your marriage?
I remember.
Well, before you answer that, how long were y'all married before it started going on?
The first time we was preparing for our wedding, because we got married in 2011. First one was in 2010.
That's scary.
The second time we was married. The second time was when it was, I think, really hit home for him because of the difference of the stages or whatever. The first time it was a breeze.
Easy, yeah.
It was
like having a cold.
Yeah, right. It was like the second time was different. And he went to Cancer Treatment Center of America with me. He went, and you know, and he had to, you know, Linda, you know, that's what the doctor says, and this is, you know, I had to stand firm on what I believed, not what nobody else believed, not what. And I remember Reggie was like, "What about your children?" It at that moment it wasn't about nobody but me and the Lord. That's all it was about. It was I already made the promise to my kids. Now it's me and the Lord. It was about me and him, and him and me.
What promise did you make us exactly?
Before you answer that, I wanted to ask, what is it that you what is it that you could share with like people who are like the support team or the supportive family members? Like, what is it that you think a person going through that would want or need?
I know what I wanted. I wanted to be treated like I was living. I didn't want no pity party. I didn't want nobody crying or believing that I was not going to make it. I wanted to be treated like I am going to live. Get up and do what I got to do. You know, whatever. I wanted to be treated like I still have life. I'm still alive. Don't take my life from me.
Right.
So to speak. The promise I made was that I was not going to die.
Okay.
I think the E and J got
you. Yeah, I didn't have that fear.
I don't think I did either. Well, I don't. Well, the second time I remember. The first time.
I didn't have it.
The promise that was the first time or the second time you promised us that.
Second time. First time, second time.
I don't remember.
Probably all times.
You probably promised Malik that because he was the one that was tripping.
Well, you were tripping too, silently.
Silently tripping.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up that support thing. I don't really, I guess because I didn't know the extent of it. I don't remember that process. Like
if I think about people who go through things, they want to be treated. No, I'm not talking about you, but they want to be treated normally. But then sometimes people get upset when they're not checked on at the same time.
Right,
and
right.
it's just like I think people don't know how to deal with people when they're going through stuff. That's why I was asking.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I think I said this before, that I just like whatever wave we're on, that's what we're on.
The way we are, right?
Yeah, like we're living. What we talk about stuff for? You gotta go to the doctors. All right, when you come home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's what else to talk about? You going to the doctor? This is a part of the treatment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'll talk to you when you come home. I remember the second time you wanted some what is it that you like from Chick-fil-A? The ice cream.
Oh, the cream milkshake.
Yeah, the milkshake. So we came in town to bring you the milkshake, but I couldn't come around because you were going through the chemo, and I didn't want, because the kids were little. So I
Right.
was like, I'm not going to come. You can come over. I was like, no, I'm not coming over. So that was the most I did.
Mm-hmm.
Just bring a milkshake?
No, like as far as like pacifying the situation. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, like that was about like I'm not coming in there. Like the kids are always sick. They're in elementary school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But no, we'll bring the ice cream. I think I sent little Josh Shannon. He said, I'm sure you didn't drink it, but that's what you wanted. But like, yeah, that's what we doing.
Exactly. I wasn't living here at the time.
You were not. Yeah, no, you weren't.
I wasn't living here. I don't really remember.
The second time Malik was at school.
What, Malik was here the first time? I don't remember.
I don't know.
But
He had to be.
Yeah.
he was here.
2010. When did he
I
graduate?
graduated in 06. We 5 years apart. So yeah, he had to be here.
Yeah.
I don't know where he was at then.
Here.
Or maybe he came out. Maybe he brought this stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Well, the first time I didn't go through it.
I'm sorry, the second time.
So do you?
Oh, okay.
That's what I want to ask you. Do you think? And I don't think you're doing this intentionally, but you're saying it. You said it casually. First time was just a breeze. Like, do you think you would have learned the faith-based lesson you would have learned if the second time didn't happen? Like how strong your belief is now with God and faith.
I think I learned that from that second time.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think that would have happened if?
The first, well, I'm quite sure something probably would have. He'd had me here. He got me here. I'm here. So, I mean, the first time was just like, this is it. Like,
So did that make you mad the second time?
No, the second time it made me look and say, oh, I gotta believe him.
No, mad like, bro, this again, like not this again, but like,
No.
Like you weren't mad at God,
No, I
question
knew.
God, nothing at all.
No. I knew, and this is what the doctor told me. He said if you wouldn't have found it, he said it'd have been a lot worse than what it was. Yeah. He said because you found it.
So, is there anything that?
See, another miracle, a small miracle.
Right. What was I gonna say? Right. What was I gonna say? Did you? Oh, the way you found the reason why it was stage 4 was because they missed something the first time. Is that correct?
And it came outside my body.
Yeah. So could they?
They call it. They said it was breast cancer, but it came inside of my. It came out the breast to the inner part of my body.
Right. But so was it? Was that
It's like they left something in there.
Yeah. So is it something like a person could do to make sure that doesn't happen with them? Like, do people even know to say, hey, are you sure you got everything? And can we double check and look? You know what I'm saying?
They did triple check.
They did, and they just didn't see it.
But I don't. The second time is in the center of my breast, in my breastplate. You know, that's why I tell women now to check here too.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, yeah, to check here.
Because if it traveled on its own, if they missed it. Yeah, I got you.
And that was from 2010 to 3 years later.
Right.
2013.
Right.
It was sitting there growing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
but they was mammogramming and checking in here, inside the breast,
why don't they do the whole thing?
because this is not your breast. They wasn't looking here.
Do you still get checked? Is that a moment of anxiety for you? Like, are you nervous?
I've always got checked anyway because her sister, something.
Fibrosis.
Do you get checked?
Yeah, I started this year.
How'd it go?
Well, I just did it actually the other day.
Oh.
And I don't carry the genes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was my next question. Has anyone else in our family
Ever had breast cancer?
Or cancer in general?
My father.
Ralph?
Mm-hmm.
But his was from
Lung cancer.
and it wasn't environmental.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he smoked.
At the house?
No, where he worked.
Oh, wow, really?
Longshoreman. Mm-hmm.
He was a longshoreman?
Mm-hmm.
Like the port that's on the strike, them dudes?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep. Bethlehem Steel.
Wait. He got cancer from work?
Asbestos.
Yeah.
Did y'all sue?
Yeah, that's why you always had a check.
Mm-hmm.
You always had a check coming.
Even
in
when he
the mail.
passed?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. How much?
I don't know.
She's always had checks coming.
They just
Sometimes y'all would get checks,
they,
right?
they just sent something the other day. Again, I got a call.
For Ralph?
Yeah, they sent something else to open up another case or something.
Look at him.
We could be getting.
No, we can't be getting nothing.
Right, we can.
No, there you go.
Right.
I love Ralph.
Right! That's my grandfather.
You don't even know him.
Hey, leaving us a legacy. You ain't even open in the mail.
They said, come over here. Comes over there with Boo Bear.
With Boo Bears, right? Mm-hmm.
What's the whole? Okay, all right. We'll talk about it. I didn't know that though.
Got about the subject at hand.
Right. Good old Ralph, man.
Good old Ralph. Yeah, but
Well, anybody else?
What?
That runs in our family that had cancer.
I think one of my aunts had stomach cancer before.
Wasn't they saying they think Heike might have had cancer like towards the end?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You never heard that?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like somebody said that.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Where you just pull that from?
I'm for real. Like when she couldn't speak anymore, she was like laying in the like one of them hospitals at one time.
No, I don't remember that.
I don't know. It must have been Bupa Journey saying that, but they wasn't like confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah, like they were saying they think that could be going on with her.
I don't remember that at all. Okay, any more questions?
Yeah, actually,
Uh-oh.
respectfully, and I don't remember. Was she alive? You got cancer?
Heike,
Yeah.
but she wasn't in her right mind though.
Oh, she was sick then.
Mm-hmm.
Right, she was. I remember y'all over there for the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How'd your siblings take it?
I don't remember.
It's interesting. Oh,
I think Boo was scared.
Yeah, I can see
when I
Boo
sit back
getting
and think
scared.
about her, she
Yeah, I
has
can
this
see
look.
Boo getting scared.
She has this look, right? Like, you know, she was scared. Now Junie, I don't remember.
Junie probably was scared, but he
won't show it.
He won't show it
Yeah.
until it's time.
Right.
Just break down out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I can definitely see Boo being scared, but she don't talk about stuff.
No, she don't. Jane was scared.
He was.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have nothing else. I learned a lot today.
What did you learn?
I learned that you swallow Drano tablets at 1 year old. And that you can remember back to when you. I think you're being dramatic, but
I
believe it was, it was great. It was great storytelling.
Hold up. We lived on Oliver
That's
Street.
what I'm talking about. I'm talking about remembering in the hospital when they had me on the straw for 10 days and I couldn't drink, and I told myself.
I didn't say you twisted up.
I know what you're
up.
saying. You saying because of that experience, you never want to lose your voice again. That's what you're saying. When you
she
with
can
this,
remember,
she can remember how she felt at 1 year. Right.
No, I'm not saying it. I know. I'm not saying it 1 year old. I said I would never lose my voice.
No, I know what you're saying. You said you remember that experience, that traumatic experience.
I remember not being able to talk.
Right.
I came down the steps. The little black and white dog, Popeye, was found with Mr. Clark. They was out there. They was cleaning the cars, and he had left that bottle on the back seat of the car. And I climbed in the car and got the little. I don't know who found me.
I'm about to say,
you passed out?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember how.
Everything.
I just know.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember. I remember.
You just remember waking up in the hospital.
No, I
Just
don't
remember
know.
drinking
I remember.
and can't being able to talk.
I remember being in the hospital. I had stayed in the hospital for 10 days, and I had the drink juice. I couldn't.
I'm trying to get the sequence of events. Here.
I just told you.
Straight.
Toddled
you
down
toddled
the
down.
steps.
You crawled down the steps.
No, I didn't crawl. I could walk.
You was the most developed 1-year-old that
I was
I've
between one and two.
ever known, bro.
I don't between one
You
and two.
were walking down. Okay, cool. You walked down the steps.
You walk down the steps.
Shannon. A 1-year-old is not walking down the steps.
Well, you can hold a balance and come down the steps.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You walked down the steps, went outside.
We was already out. No, I'm talking
you
the
walked
steps
down the steps
outside.
outside, okay.
Yeah.
All right, you
It's
walked
only
down-
like 2 or 3 steps.
Steps,
Wasn't
like a
it?
little stair.
Yeah.
Opened the car door.
No, it was already open. It was washing the car.
Okay, and you climbed in the back seat,
And got them little train
ate some Drano,
Mm-hmm.
and the next thing you remember is being in the hospital with a straw in your mouth for 10 days.
I stayed for 10 days. And my hair was all over my head. I had red
Do
hair.
you remember anything from when you were 1 or 2?
Yeah. I just remember that I was killed before.
What?
Remember I asked you. But I did not get killed before. You like, what? How the hell you get killed and you sit here talking to me?
You said that at 1 year old?
I was young. Somebody came in the shower and killed me.
I think I remember that.
Do you really?
I think I do.
For real?
I think
Is that
I
why
do.
you don't like hospitals?
What?
You were hospitalized so young?
I don't know.
Wait, what do you remember? That I told you
Since
that?
you told me that,
Oh.
now. I think since you saying it, but no, I don't remember. I just know that when that thing came around, he told me that. I remembered that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I also learned that my granddaddy was a longshoreman,
Mm-hmm.
and any day now, we
You can get a check.
we got a lawsuit coming.
The lawsuit has always, like,
It's
they
ongoing.
won
It's
the
ongoing.
lawsuit,
It's been
right?
ongoing.
And then they try to see this it's like it's something new.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
something.
Is Peter D'Angelo still alive?
I don't know.
Who's
His
that?
son's still
I
still
don't
alive.
know.
Who's
Oh,
that?
The one was in terms and stuff.
Attorney.
I'm not gonna say anything about Peter. Peter. It's a lawyer.
No, I'm saying so the case is ongoing, meaning.
Well, we're not gonna discuss that.
Well, I also learned that there were a lot of small miracles in your journey that I wasn't aware of at first.
Mm-hmm. Like which ones?
That you've had to, well, they say they saw something
Yeah,
from a
that's what
time
the one
before.
doctor said.
I think that's a very powerful.
I wanted to comment on that. Like, if that is true, and you know they say cancer is like lives in us, like it's something with our cells. Like, we all have like these cells, and they, it's like they're activated, right, by something. You know what I'm saying? And so, if that is true, what if something like just it was a stressful period in your life, right, and then things just went away and it just died? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if that's like a consistent thing that like we kind of always are going through inwardly, and we just don't know. We're dealing with stuff all the time, and our body is like healing if we are healing. You know what I'm saying?
That makes good sense.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
just like you just happen to be checking one day and you feel what your body is going through, and so now they start treating you with medicine versus, you know, we're treating our bodies with a good life or good a mental attitude or whatever. Does that make sense? Yeah.
I concur. I also learned that, well, I didn't learn it, but it puts into perspective for me. Because maybe it's just my mind here at work.
Okay.
But do you think some doctors, their disbelief, because it's a practice for a reason. Like a part of their disbelief in the miracles is like because they want to be right,
Possibly.
not at the expense of a life, of course, but
Well, yeah.
it's like there's no way I got this wrong. Something got to be wrong.
Yeah, and that's what they know. That's what they study to be. I'm the doctor. This, that, you know. But they are practicing doctors.
Right. But how can you disbelieve something that was here today, gone tomorrow? Like
That's the unbelievable part. Like no, because now it makes you. Could it make you question you?
no, I would think this is what
Like
makes
I know
it's a miracle.
I know I saw something.
Right.
Right.
I know I ain't tripping. Like no, hold up, something is wrong with this person or whatever the case is.
But I don't think
something wrong with the person. It's just gone.
It's just
If
gone,
They
yeah.
don't want to believe God.
I'm about to say, yeah, because it's not about them, because I'm sure they can say, hey, can you pull me the x-ray back from June, and they'll probably still see it because it was there, right? But this x-ray from January doesn't show it. So I don't think that they are saying that there's anything wrong with them. They can actually see it. This is when they should be believing in miracles. But I do think, like, they say they have some doctors have God complexes, so maybe that could happen if they're mad that a miracle happened. Like, I'm the God, now miracle's here.
I'm the miracle.
Right, I'm the miracle.
You know, I can actually imagine that being, though, like, stressful.
What?
Like being the doctor in those kind of situations. Because they think not they think, but they can only give you what their expertise has taught them in their field. And like, imagine like your story, like your doctor saying, hey, we need you to go to chemo, boom. He believes it's gonna help. You saying, nah, I'm good on that. And sometimes they tell you that they're I guess trained to not feel, but that can make them think like, oh man, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I'm telling the lady to go to chemo, she's telling me no, I don't want it. So that can make him feel, I don't know, a little anxious. Right?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I mean, they might feel like their patient's lives are in their hands.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, and she's not following my order. Like, what's going to happen? Da 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 da. But you know, like your oncologist said, I guess the oncologist may have had that feeling, but they also had an understanding that I don't have her life in my hands. It's her life. She can do whatever she wants to do with it, and what she does have. It's her faith, and that's all you can have at the end of the day. So that could be reassuring for you, right? Like that the oncologist is in support of her journey because the oncologist understands faith outside of medicine. You know what I mean? And there are practitioners who will pray and do all of that. Is something else that can be done, or this is what you want, or still pray. You know what I'm saying? So,
because the way they make it seem is like sometimes doctors are just not cold, but they walk in the room, hey brother, you got 6 months, all right, I'm out. Just walk away. Like,
they probably become numb.
Yeah, like just it's a tough field, man.
My doctors had great bedside manner.
That's good.
That's what it's called?
Bedside, yeah.
But the first one I went to, which was the one that said he saw it before, that first one I went to, and he was like, don't worry, I'm gonna save your life. It was just like, I gotta get up out of here. I was just like, now him, I got to leave. And I'm never getting called. My girlfriend Ashley at the time, like, I need a doctor. And she got scared. She stopped calling me. She was afraid.
Ashley was afraid?
Yeah, she has. I
think people can have faith for themselves,
right,
but not for other people.
And then she told me about my doctor, and that's how I got to him. Yep, she's afraid.
Well, those was all my lessons. Do you have anything that you took away? No.
I think it strengthened my faith. And how it's so